Hey guys, welcome back to another podcast. I am your host, Big Dog, and today's subject or title that we are talking about today is the YouTube Awards. I did bring somebody on to talk to us about the YouTube Awards. I will be introducing them here in a second. Become a dog in our subscriber home to support our channel and all of our content that we do make behind the scenes for you guys. These podcasts are really fun to make, and maybe I will have you guys come in if you guys want to, come on to a podcast and talk about a specific subject that we want to talk about. I will say for the audio viewers that are listening to this podcast right now, you guys can go onto YouTube and watch on my channel at YTBigDogs324. You have to type that in the search bar. You guys can see the visual podcast if you guys go to YouTube and watch it there. And for the people watching this podcast live, these podcasts are posted on streaming platforms. Some streaming platforms are on the screen now, but if you want to listen to just audio of a podcast or a podcast that we have done in the past before that might pique your interest, I recommend looking in the description and going to our podcasts there and listening to them. Now, without further ado, let's introduce the person that I brought on to today's podcast to talk about the YouTube Awards.
We're going to talk about the play buttons, and there is so many people that haven't got them, and it's crazy that some people are making videos about it.
Yes, and we are one of them that's actually going on this kind of, I want to say trend, but it's not really a trend, I would say. I do have two YouTube shorts that I do have pulled up that I will be playing for you guys here in a second to provide some information. Now, this is just talking about the YouTube play buttons and what might have happened on why we are talking about this for a podcast instead of something else, like I think we might have wanted to plan before. But it is what it is. I will show you guys the clips right now.
YouTube, I've got a problem with you. Everyone knows that you get a silver award for hitting 100,000 subscribers, a gold one for 1 million, the diamond one for 10 million, and a ruby one for 100 million. However, I found out that YouTube has given someone their very own custom 20 million subscriber award. Mr. Jack Massey Welsh tweeted out this picture of a super cool custom 20 million subs award for Marvel. So I replied, tagging the big boss themselves, and they ignored me. But they replied to Marvel's tweet. The Avengers Tower seemed like the only fitting option to celebrate this monumental moment. YouTube, I had my monumental moment in 2018. Where's mine, bro? Where's Jack's? Where's Mark's? Huh? And yeah, I'm going to tag you in this short because I know you watch my videos. You comment on them all the time. I eagerly await your response. YouTube.
So there's been a problem going around YouTube recently. YouTube have given out subscriber milestone awards for years now. You get one for hitting 100,000 subscribers. This is my 100k play button. All the way up to getting the diamond one for hitting 10 million subscribers, which we did a while back as well. But after 10 million, YouTube don't really hand them out to anybody, except if you're Marvel, which they handed one out for 20 million subscribers. But we hit 20 million ages ago. And as Dan pointed out, he didn't get one. Mark didn't get one. I don't have one. What's the deal, YouTube? Now you made it personal. If being the Avengers is what it takes to get our 20 million awards, then I will make the Avengers of YouTube to fight back and get our awards.
So it seems like Jack said there, he will be, I guess he might have been playing around, but he will be making the Avengers of YouTube to fight back for this general thing. And as you guys could tell, I played clips from Dan TDM and Jacksepticeye. They obviously have a problem with this, and it seems like you actually have to be the Avengers to get a 20 million award, which doesn't seem right. I don't know if I'm going to be hitting that anytime soon, but Dan TDM passed it in, well, he had his monumental moment in 2018. Jack passed it, like, ages ago. So, what's the deal?
Don't know what the big deal is.
Like, what do we need to do to have YouTube play fair? Or do they play fair at all? Because
I don't think they play fair.
I don't think they play fair either, because it seems like you either have to be Marvel or Avengers or something like really big that YouTube wants to pay more attention to than other channels like Dan and Jack and Mark and everybody else.
I think it's favoritism.
Why do you think that?
Because why would they actually have Marvel? And why would they want to do like that? Like, it's kind of really weird.
Oh yeah. Not only Marvel got a 20 million, Baby Shark has 20 million as well with PewDiePie.
And that's what I'm saying. It's favoritism.
Let's not forget about those YouTubers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you're looking at like that and doing like that. It's like not really fair.
Yeah, and I would think that if YouTube were to make an award, just in general, like, let's just say that YouTube makes a 30 million play button. Just for an example. It's like, have every channel try and get that award and give it out to everybody that deserves it. Not only...
It would be really hard to customize every single channel. Because if you look at Dan to Dan, he would probably want a diamond play button. I mean, diamond minecart.
Probably. Knowing him, he is...
I would probably want an eye. Markiplier would probably want his red hair.
Or the mustache. Because that was his logo for a while, no? Or is it just his hair now?
I can't think of it. I'm just naming things.
Yeah, that makes sense. I don't think YouTube would have to customize every single one, but it would be nice if they did kind of customize some of it.
Because PewDiePie got a blow fist.
True. Like, I don't think... Well, with some channels passing that, like, how many channels really pass, 20 million that often? If you think about it. So, let's just say that you were to pass 20 million, you were to get a play button. Is it really that hard for YouTube to customize a play button for you?
It depends on what it is.
Really... Well, with certain channels passing it, it's kind of hard to pass 20 million and or get 20 million subscribers. So that's like the least that YouTube can do is try and customize a play button for everybody that passes 20 million, not only favoritism on other channels,
Yeah. That's the thing. I feel like they have favoritism a lot of people.
Are they doing more than just those channels, or?
I do not know.
Because that's really interesting, I will say. This is just a topic in general that we like to talk about. Like, this is really interesting on why is YouTube doing this? Is it favoritism? Is it not? We've covered a few things why it is, but let's just say if YouTube wasn't doing it, like, well, favoritism on these channels or just their channels in general, like, what happens if YouTube wasn't doing that? Like, we need to try and think on both sides here. So we need to try and kind of figure out, like, both sides of probably the story here on either why YouTube was doing this and kind of, well, I said why are they doing this, but why would they kind of do it to a few? Like, obviously, one, we have favoritism, but if we had to look on the other side of the coin, like, why would they do that with these certain creators?
To make them harder, probably, maybe?
Well, either way, with the original play buttons that they have, they worked really hard to get those. So, like, kind of what's the difference here?
Don't know.
It's like, I don't think there is a difference, but we do have to look on both sides of a coin here. Kind of why is YouTube doing this? Like, is it because of favoritism? If so, like, why just those creators and why not, try and make it equal for every YouTuber out there? Like, do you know if you have answers to that there?
I do not have answers to that. Like, I just feel like it's just favoritism from YouTube, just saying congratulations, but then the other creators are it's kind of like deleting history, I think.
Like
the podcast, get rid of YouTubers that have been on the platform for a while, maybe, but then that doesn't make any sense with PewDiePie.
Well, also true, yeah. And I love the fact how you kind of got your kind of podcast in here as well. He did do a podcast on this, and on whatever he did, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Kind of like delaying history. Yeah, you're right. If you guys want to,
sense with Jacksepticeye. I mean, not Jack. Sorry.
With Dan.
Not Dan. PewDiePie.
PewDiePie. Okay, but didn't you? Huh. Yeah, I mean, you could be right there.
I don't know, because unless if they have favoritism PewDiePie and just say, oh, he's the number one. Lots of people watch him.
Well, if you also think about that, why would they do the same thing with Marvel and Baby Shark and whatnot?
And Disney Plus. I mean, Disney.
And Disney. Because you just kind of went off to one person that was PewDiePie on that.
Yeah.
But what
I
about
think
these
it's just
other...
because they want the police, like, famous, like...
want to celebrate, like, the famous YouTubers on the platform, or...
Yeah, kind of like famous YouTubers.
But, okay, since you brought that up, wouldn't that also go down the path of Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, Dan TDM?
But they are not really as famous as, like, the number one person that got so many subscribers on their channel.
I mean, you're bringing up points here, so...
They can't really just, like, saying congratulations to the people, and...
But, yeah, let's just say that, that did happen, and you are right on that. Let's just say. Why would that one person from Marvel tweet out about that? To have this kind of chain reaction.
To make people jealous. Maybe.
But then when you kind of start down a chain reaction, now you have us doing this to hopefully try and... I'm not saying that we're going to be grabbing the attention of YouTube, but let's just say if we did, now we are, or I at least am, a very small channel that's trying to get their attention on this subject, you know?
Yeah. And that's the thing I do not know. Like, that's...
So it's all starting from somebody's tweet from Marvel about their 20 million awards all the way down to me and small creators.
Mm-hmm.
And when small creators like myself try and really work hard to get these awards from YouTube one day, that doesn't seem fair to have you guys make a 20 million award for no one else to get except Marvel and other big creators like that.
Yeah.
Like, what's the deal? Like, what do we have to do to get that 20 million award button?
That's a question. Like, are they just going to get rid of that feature? Or was that just a customized thing that they just made? Like, just...
I mean, this...
If I give them money and just say, here you go, here's the money. Here's $1,000. I can give you $1,000.
Well, yeah. I mean, creator... I think we would actually have to pay them to probably make a 20 million customized or whatever, if we want to customize it.
I really do not know how that works.
I mean,
I've never read that far, so I do not know.
I hope you get that far at some point.
Hopefully.
But I'm just a lonely channel down here, kind of starting from scratch compared to you guys, unfortunately.
We always go somewhere.
We have to start somewhere. Yeah, either way, it's like we are trying to work our way up. And now we are trying to get these play buttons from YouTube, but now are they... Let's just say at some point if I do hit 20 million, are they going to be denying me that play button compared to everybody else that, you know, has it? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But...
Yeah.
Like, in the long run, like, what's kind of going on? Is there a problem at YouTube? Or just something going on?
No, that's
like, obviously we don't know kind of what's going on with this award, but it's like, we would want to try and have some answers if we can get answers. And if, for some reason, if YouTube is watching this, please give us some answers here. It's like, what do we have to do? And if we have to do something to actually get that, then that might have to be taken into consideration. Unless YouTube wants us to go down like a certain path and wants us to set up a few things. But that wouldn't make sense. Because to get able to get paid from YouTube, you need to have a Google AdSense set up to your account, to your channel, and probably a few other things that I might be forgetting. But you might need that enabled to your channel as well as a few other things.
I know really Google Ads you need on that channel.
Yeah, so you would need to hook that up to a certain channel for the AdSense to get paid off that. Like, what else is there that we're probably forgetting here? Like, unless we have answers, like, right now, I think this is kind of all that we might be coming up with, unless we have other questions kind of here that come to our heads.
Should we quit YouTube?
Like, a good question, like, should we actually quit YouTube because you're not playing fair? Should we go to another platform that will be fair to us? I don't know.
That's a question.
And if YouTube's not going to be playing fair, why should we?
Mm-hmm.
Why should we go along with this if people are just... if people are just going to be like, I mean, if we also think about YouTube updates their policy a lot. Yeah. So does that have something to do with it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean, like, if you guys have any questions, we can probably cover it in another podcast. I'm not sure. But any kind of questions related to this, it would be kind of good to know to kind of help us ask in some way, I guess, to hopefully try and make this fair later down the line. But I don't know.
I don't know what other things to say.
It's like, what do we have to do? Like, that's the big question. Like, in bold, underlined, everything. What do we have to do? And it's like, do we just have to quit YouTube and move on to another platform that will treat us fairly? Mm-hmm. Which, I really don't know. And I don't know if I want to do that because my fan base here, it's like, I am able to make, a good community here. Probably same with you. It's like, we have a community here and we have a good one. But what do we do? Like, I'm unsure of all of this. And I'm really kind of not sure what we're going to be doing. We're probably not going to be quitting. I'm probably not going to be quitting YouTube. I'm probably going to be staying here on this platform for quite a while because of the community that I have and everything else. So you guys don't have to worry about me going anywhere. But yeah, it's like, what to do? That's our main question. And it seems like we have no answer. So it's not really kind of clear cut on why YouTube is doing this. It might be because of favoritism. It may not be. If it's not because of favoritism, what's kind of going on behind the scenes? Is it because YouTube is busy as all hell and cannot keep up with the amount of channels passing this? And they can't customize everything that, we want or we need? Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
Like, to be honest, I think that's the only kind of explanation that I can kind of come up with for the other side of the coin is YouTube is just kind of busy as all hell. And they're kind of backed up on probably a lot of things. Probably. But I could be wrong. I probably am wrong. But, like, what else do I have to go off of? Like, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments because I don't mind answering these questions that we are asking. It's like, what do we do? And why is YouTube doing this? Well, seems like it's a little bit of a shorter podcast for today, but it is what it is, and the questions that we kind of came up with today is YouTube playing fair? Why, like, that's kind of our main, like, the main kind of question here. Is YouTube playing fair? Is, like, what do we need to do? That's the other main question. And how can we make it fair for everybody to get this award? Those are all of our questions and all of the main questions that need answers. And if YouTube is watching this, answer those questions clear cut. We don't want to beat around the bush with anything. Answer these questions. If you guys have any questions related to this, or if you guys have a subject of a podcast you guys would like to see next, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys in the next podcast.